Happy Monday, everybody. I'm just waiting for there to be a really good connection. It keeps kind of streaming, so I just want to make sure we're good. We're good. I hope everyone's having a great Monday. I am doing your new moon forecast in Sagittarius because I will not be around on the 19th. It's going to be a crazy week for me, so I kind of wanted to get all of this done. I got the hiccups. The 19th. So let's get right to it. I'm trying not to wear my glasses because there's a nasty glare when I wear them. So let's see if I could do this as a blind bitch. So this new moon will be in Sagittarius at 28 degrees on Friday, December 19th. It's going to happen at about 8:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, this new moon is really all about adventures, parties, exploration of places, people, and philosophies. It's long distance travel, it's ambition, it's seeking out the truth and learning new things. Now, since this moon is at a 28 degree, now this is where some people will be tying up loose ends for the holidays with business, education, and even personal matters as well. Sagittarius moons love to make travel plans, and this is the perfect time to book your next vacation or adventure into the wide open spaces of nature, other cultures. This would be the perfect time to seek out adventures at like an animal sanctuary or a zoo. There's also the Humane Society, or the SPCA, or a horse sanctuary. Humane Society and SPCA, I bring these up for a specific reason, and you'll hear about it in just a second. Now, this energy will always bring headlines when it comes to the clergy. Courts, especially Supreme Courts. This does rule the Supreme Court. It rules laws, churches, morals and ethics, the animal kingdom. This rules nature. And it's also about Native American or indigenous matters as well. And sometimes the Pope and the Vatican make headlines too with this energy. Now, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. This is the Lord of luck, and it rules the codification of thought. It rules religion, higher learning, gambling, and general luck for many with a strong Jupiter and Sagittarius placements. However, I always say this, wherever you have Jupiter stationed by house and sign, he will bless you with abundance, with opportunities, and with general good luck. So, something to be happy about. Now, souls born with a strong Sagittarian placement will feel the fiery fun of this new moon and will be extremely magnetic too. All fire signs will be magnetic, but souls born with strong Sagittarius placements, they are adventurous, they're full of life, and they're ready to explore the world around them. They love action, they love adventure and the outdoors, they love good jokes, they love going to parties, socializing, and most Sagittarians I have met usually have a deep love for animals, especially horses and dogs. They love having fun and meeting new people. They usually love the wide open space of nature. You'll find a lot of them going hiking, and they like philosophy too. Many Sagittarians, they are either very, very religious and indoctrinated with what the good book says and nothing but what the good book says, or they are advanced souls who are deeply spiritual and connects deeply to the metaphysical realm. A Sagittarian soul can achieve cosmic consciousness or Christ consciousness, if you want to call it that, but they need to focus less on the written word and what the good book says and seek out their messages written in starlight, just like the three wise men did, the Magi. Now, all fire signs, Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries, will feel the fiery moon of this new moon, and it will be extremely magnetic. So the fire signs, extremely magnetic these next couple of weeks. The mutable signs will feel it too, because Sagittarius, even though it's fire, it is the mutable sign. So Sagittarius kind of goes with the flow a little more than the other two fire signs, okay? So Gemini and Sagittarius, but it is always all those head or tail in Sagittarius. You all feel it the absolute strongest. There's just no getting around that or away from it. It is a new moon, so it should be more positive energy in nature. So just so you know that. Now, a few days after the new moon on the 20th, all that happy-go-lucky Sagittarian energy could be sapped or misdirected, because we do have a double square between the Mercury, Sun, Neptune, and the Dragon's Head in Pisces, and this can bring social conflicts. Watch the news, you'll see what I mean. Communication issues. And some souls will think they are gods or goddesses' gift to the universe. We all know those people. We see them all over social media. They act like their shit don't stink. That's all I'm going to say. Or they have that chosen one mentality complex. So just be aware of that. I usually run the other way when I deal with people like that, because their ego is so big that there's no getting through to them. You just sit back and watch them fall. That's the entertainment. December 21st brings another square with Venus and Saturn, making some souls feel depleted, depressed, and dealing with emotional blocks. Now, most of these squares are taking place in two signs, Sagittarius and Pisces. So those are the two signs that will feel it, along with all of you who are born natally with one of these squares in your chart. You will feel it. Otherwise, a lot of you won't feel it at all. We might feel it just a little bit. I'm sure that these squares are going to trigger someone. It's just a matter of time. Where am I? I would say that the holidays could be filled with surprises, because we're going into a Uranic phase during that time. But it'll be filled with heavy emotions, maybe even conflicts over politics and religion might come to the holiday table. December 24th brings another square between Venus and Neptune, and this is like a deep emotional issues. It's either with you or your family. The subconscious issues where the past might come back. So there could be a long lost relative that sits at the table. I mean, I said this to my Patreons last night when I did their recording, and I'll say it to the general public. There are times I sit back. I haven't sat across from the dinner table with a relative in a long time, and that's fine by me. But I just kind of sit there and go, how in the hell do I share DNA with these people? It's just me. Luckily, though, December 24th, Venus moves into Capricorn. And when you have that placement, love becomes practical, but Capricorn can bring kind of, how do I put this, can smooth over things with a little logic and reason. Just don't let people get to you. That's all I can say. I'm glad it's just me and my family, and I don't have to have any company coming over. So I don't have to worry about any of this crap. But some of you might. Sagittarius, I'm going to give you your forecast because it is your moon, okay? So You own the moon this month, Sagittarius. It's in your first house of self, its soul's purpose in life, um, its first impressions, its new beginnings, and its appearances. So some Sagittarians could go get their hair done. I would wait till the 19th when the moon is new to get any of those new do's, but you might change your looks a little bit. You know, a new year, a new do, a new outlook. Perfect. The changes you make, though, Sagittarius, these next few weeks will bring progressive and significant changes ahead for you in 2026 and beyond. So be prepared. There is a touch of luck that could be heading your way, too. So these next 2 weeks make things happen, Sag. Now be aware of those squares between the 20th and the 24th in Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Dragon's Head, and Neptune, or Dragon's Head and Neptune. They are mostly stationed in your first house, Sagittarius, of self, and in your fourth house of family and security. So this could make the holidays a little more stressful, especially with certain family members. Just be observant of that. You know, you'll always be able to tell which family member is affected by the stars more than others by how they behave, their behavior. Okay. This explains a lot about a lot of Christmas pasts with relatives. So, like I said, this can make the holidays a little more stressful. So, Sagittarians out there, do keep the conversations lighthearted and fun. Okay. No religion, no politics. If your drunk uncle wants to talk politics, kick his ass outside. He could talk to himself. Your blessings, Sagittarius. All right. So, as we bring this insane year to a close, we can expect much more chaos and earth changes to begin in 2026. I'd love to say everything's going to be fantastic, the economy's going to get better, but it's not. Okay, it's not. We can't keep our heads in the sand. It's getting worse. Um, we can expect much more chaos on this earth, that's for sure. But these next few weeks will be Christmas time, Yule for many. So those squares I keep mentioning could bring problems to some if you are not careful. Okay. Unless, here's what I have to say, if you have to deal with relatives, especially ones you haven't seen in a while, or maybe you don't really like all that much, you know, you could pick your friends, but you can't pick your family. I always say this is like karmic fate for some people, myself included. Um, how do I put this? In the newsletter, I put, unless it's violating your own personal boundaries, and absolutely, before you enter a relative's home, set your boundaries. Everyone deserves those boundaries. But unless it's violating your own personal boundaries, let things roll off your back, because many of our relatives that don't are not in the metaphysical, they aren't as going to be as enlightened as we are. I don't know how else to say that. And I'm not trying to be a metaphysical snob here. It's just I observe it on a daily basis where people are not aware of the energies around them. And that's why knowledge is power. Okay. When you know your own stars, both your strengths and your weaknesses, you can achieve a great many things. Just remember that. All right, so do be aware of the Uranic phase that's going to hit around the 23rd. My Patreons have all the dates. As headlines of shocking news could be explosions, eruptions, and earthquakes above 6.0 will be very, very common. I would also try not to fly around those days. So if you're planning a trip, I only give you one date. You're going to want them all. $5 a month on Patreon is really a small price to pay for safety in traveling. However, death, drama, and finances could also make headlines around December 29th, so be prepared for that. And I'm going to leave you with some generally good news for a change. Instead of being Debbie Downer and always bringing negative, I'm going to leave you with this, and I'm going to give you a card as well. It's the same card I pulled for my Patreons. It's a, good, it's right on top. It's an oracle card to take us through the next 2 weeks. But Gemini new moon hits, or not new moon, but a Gemini moon. The moon will be in Gemini on New Year's Eve, the moon is waxing. So normally I don't go out like New Year's Eve if it's a Plutonic phase or a Uranic phase, or if the moon is waning, I won't go out. However, I might just go down to Whiskey Row and watch the boot drop, because that's what we do here in Arizona, because we're all a bunch of cowboys. But New Year's Eve, we will feel very much like getting out and socializing. Gemini moons make us want to party and enjoy ourselves. Get out there and enjoy the fun and mingle with the people. So always use caution when you go out and know your surroundings, but everyone should have a wonderful evening spent with those they love. So that is a good thing. Now, I do have to put my glasses on for this because I won't be able to read it if I don't. But the energy card for the next 2 weeks is going to be the Temple Path. This is about spiritual purpose and support. And this is very appropriate because the end of January, there is a major shift. If you go to my Patreon page, I always offer a free energy forecast for the world. You can always grab that, jot it down, copy and paste it, do whatever you have to do. It kind of gives you January's will post on the 31st. My Wheel of Fortune crew gets it a month ahead. But this is the card. It is the Temple Path. Upright, you could tell it's a very beautiful temple. But Neptune moving in at the end of January pertains very much to this card because it takes Neptune about 165 years to move through the entire belt of the zodiac. So the only people right now that are born with that placement are going to be the babies born between March 30th, 2025 and October 22nd, 2025, when this planet moved for a brief time. Now it's retrograding back into Pisces. I think it's January 26th that it moves permanently into Aries, moves into Neptune permanently, I think, till the year 2039. It's all about heightened spirituality. No more, we're going to see, how do I put this? We're going to see less organized religion and people tapping into their own spiritual self, more or less. So this is the card. Hope you could see that. And this is the Temple Path. Now, it is about spiritual purpose and support, but when it is drawn in reverse, this card is a sign that you may have fallen off your path. You could be too focused on worldly possessions and material gain, or you may simply be maintaining old, unhealthy habits of fear, limitation, worry, or doubt. Whatever is distracting you, receiving this card reversed is a firm message that it is time to make your spiritual life and evolution a much higher priority. Not doing so represents an important loss of power. So clear your mind, meditate, and open up to the presence of spirit. Whatever else you may have going on, consider this an important part of your personal and tactical plans. The support and inspiration of all eternity and countless loving spirits are available to you. Not turning to them is like cursing the dark when you refuse to turn on the light. That makes sense. The affirmation for this particular oracle card is, and you can light a white candle and say this little affirmation: I open my heart up to my spiritual truth and a deeper connection with spirit. Guidance and inspiration come freely and easily to me. So mote it be. Blessed be. Amen. Whatever you want to say. Very nice card for these next 2 weeks. There will be a lot of ups and downs. It's not easy dealing with relatives, and some of you will right smack dab in the middle of that. Now, I tried to do a YouTube video about Rob Reiner, and it wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me post it, and I didn't think I said anything inappropriate, but Rob Reiner was born on March 6, 1947. Now, he did not die an unlucky dragon day or a hidden unlucky dragon day. Okay, but as far as I know, he didn't. Let me bring his stars up real quick. Hold on. I gotta look at something. Bear with me. I gotta go look at the moon. Just a second. No, he's a few days away from an unlucky day. However, beginning of the year when I told you about this dragon moving, I did say, I don't know if I said it to the general public, but I could have said it just to Patreon. Anytime you have the dragon nodes that move, let's give an example from the year before when the dragon was in Aries and the tail was in Libra. I said the two signs that this energy will be hunting for will be Aries and Libra, but I also said it will be hunting for all April and October born souls. That also pertains to April born Tauruses and October born Scorpios. Well, the nodes have shifted as of January 2025. We've moved into a Pisces Virgo. This means that all March and September born souls, this dragon is directly hunting for you and danger can come. Okay. This is also hunting for those March born Aries and those September born Libras. So this is something to be aware of. What happened to him was a tragedy at the hands of his own son. But there's a lot of other issues that are going on in his chart, but I'm not going to say anything yet until I've looked at him closely. I have just glanced, so I'm not going to bring it up right now. In a few days, I just might. But those are your stars. Those are your forecast for the next couple of weeks. And even though I'm not running a website right at the moment, if you are interested in a full life souls reading from me, I'm bringing my prices down just a little bit for the holidays. Whether you're a Patreon member or not, you will get a full reading from me for $99.99. Email me astrologywitch22@gmail.com if you are interested. I do Cash App, I do PayPal's. Children's readings are $60. So if you have a child that you want a reading done for, $60. And I'm also running a special. My Patreons, I announced it for them. If you want your lucky and unlucky dragon days, if you're a Patreon member, it's $25. But if you're not, it'll be $50. But you get the entire year of your red and green lights where you should proceed with caution or make bold moves. Okay. I'm going to get back on here before, at least before Yule. I know that much. So I'm not going to sit there and say, have a happy holiday. See you next year. I will be back on here at least one more time before the year ends, maybe twice. But that is your forecast. Like I said, join Patreon. You can get the full forecast. I really do give a lot away for $5. I really do. I try to give people a break in these hard economic times. I do my best. But all of you out there, have a blessed week ahead. Don't let the Christmas chaos get to you. Slow and steady, take deep breaths, and enjoy. Talk to you soon. Ciao. Bye.